Hey there, everybody in the comic book community. This is Gare, and after many months of a delay, or several months, I'm here for a very happy occasion, and that is to announce my contest, my latest contest for my YouTube channel, which is primarily a comic book channel. I also talk about movies a good bit and novels, books, but I think it's fair to say for the most part, this is a comic book channel. And toward that, the items that you will win are all comic book related, and I think they're pretty good. I think you'll like them. And I do want to say, just briefly, right from the top, I want to extend a big thank you to everyone who watched and responded to my last video I did a few days ago on the passing of my cat Angelique. And I got a lot of really warm, sweet, very loving messages, which I deeply, deeply appreciate. And please know, each and every one of you, that I thank you, and your comments do indeed help. This is all a process, and so, trying to focus on something positive and happy, and I'll get off of it in just a second, but I will say to you, when you are in the situation of, a loss that impacts you very deeply, or if you're for some reason in some kind of depression, um, one thing that I found that helps me is to get busy. Basically, get off your ass, start moving, even if you have to invent things to do. Activity seems to be the antidote, if not cure all, to to grief, to mourning, to depression. It helps, So, in the past week and a half since I've lost her, my garage has gotten very straightened up. The basement, my bedroom, the closets, comic book collection, bookshelves are getting organized. Stay busy if you can at all. You have to take a little time at first to just kind of, but thank all, much love to all of you guys for responding to that video, and I deeply appreciate it. And this is one way, perhaps, of a little way of thanking you. And so I'm going to go over what you'll win, and I'll talk about them briefly. We'll try to make this not a very long video, and talk about the deadline. Deadline's going to be 2 weeks from. Deadline's going to be Thursday week. This is October the 10th. It's going to be Thursday week because I'll be off the next day, Friday. I'm not sure what day that is. I think it would be the 23rd. I'll check, but just know that it's Thursday week. When I'm off that Friday, 2 weeks from today, I'll do a drawing to announce the winner. And also, just a couple of things I'd like to say very quickly. I've been wanting to say for a while, you don't have to subscribe to me to be in the contest. Of course, that's the easiest way for me to know about your video, your entry into the contest. If you are not a subscriber, send me a message. I did this for your contest. By no means do you have to be a subscriber. I kind of think if you're having a pretty good contest, it's nice if people are subscribing to you. But I don't want people subscribing. I don't want somebody just subscribe to me for the contest and then drop it. And also, if I subscribe to you, please don't just subscribe to me briefly and then drop me. Which a lot of people are probably guilty of that. And I understand a lot of people have a ton of subscriptions, and you're like, yeah, I can do without that guy. But what I'm saying is, don't feel that because I subscribe to you that you have to subscribe to me. I don't have an ego like that. And I'm happy. I've always said, and it's nice having, hundreds and hundreds of members. But, I would rather have 15, 20 members who are actively watch all the time, participate, comment, criticize, rather than hundreds of people who just kind of, didn't really show up or showed up once every blue moon. So anyway, if you're not a subscriber and you do an entry for the contest, private message me, whatever, let me know that you've done it. So on to the contest and what you're going to win. I hope you guys are Mike Mignola fans. Um, the largest entry, and this is really the holdup to the contest because I wanted to do it last spring, and I could not. I found this book and then put it away for safekeeping for the contest, and then forgot where I put it. So, guys, beware of middle age. What can I say? And it was just in a laundry basket in my room, you know, underneath some clothes. Underneath some clean clothes, and so, you know, I came across it the other day. This is a Mike Mignola from the pages of Hellboy BPRD, Plague of Frogs. This is a fantastic book. Mignola's here with Guy Davis, Christopher Golden, Ryan Sook, Jeff Johns, Scott Collins, Cameron Stewart, many other guys, and as you can see, this is a huge book. As you can also see, it's got a little bit of some flaws on it I'll talk about in a moment. But this is a large compendium of Mignola stories. I think it's been a while since I read this, but I think that a lot of them, they feature Abe Sapien from BPRD. If you're a Mignola fan, you know who I'm talking about. Big work. When I received this corner here was tore. That's a pretty bad tear. The book itself is pristine. There's nothing wrong with the book at all. But it had this bad tear in the corner, and it seems like there was something else. There's a little place right here at the top of the spine. Very fine. So what I'm going to do before I send this off, the box was sort of crushed and all, and it got this corner. It wasn't very well packaged, but it's a little crinkly up here, a slight tear here, and a bad tear here. So, and that's just the cover. The book itself is in great shape. As you can see, it's a big book, lots of good reading in there. If you're a Mike Mignola fan, Plague of Frogs, it can be yours. Also, I'm going to give away this collection of the Avengers. This is my favorite period of the Avengers, done by George Perez. And this collects issues Avengers 161, 162, 201, Avengers Annual 6 and 7, with artwork by Jerry Conway, Jim Shooter, David Micheline, and Roger Silfer, and all of them illustrated by the great George Perez, who is just really, I've talked about him on my page before, is really one of my favorite comic book artists of all time. This is very classic Avengers that I love the most. Really, really fantastic books. And I think this is the one where, I think it's on page 80, 81. Let me take a look here. Okay. I think maybe this is the one where they go knocking on Doctor Strange's door for help, and he's like, yeah, I'm sort of otherwise occupied. And he goes back in the house in his mansion, and Clea's floating in the air or something. So, you know, there it is, right there. I don't know how well you can see it. He's kind of like, yeah, I'm sort of busy right now, and, you know, and he's talking to them there. Okay, where is it? There he is, kind of shutting the door. I'm busy. I'm sure you can't see that I'm not doing this very well. And there at the bottom is Clea getting her Doctor Strange on. So this will be yours. Also, to go back to Mike Mignola, if you're a Lord Baltimore fan, you're in luck. This is Lord Baltimore. This is another series that Mignola did with Christopher Golden, with illustrations by Mike Mignola. And this is The Steadfast Tin Soldier and the Vampire. Now, this is more a novel. This is not a straight up graphic book. If you're a fan of Lord Baltimore, you know who he is and what his quest is. And when I was growing up, when I was a kid, I just loved to read books that every so many pages, like the old classic novels, that have the like the woodworks, like the pictures, like every so many pages. And they don't really do that anymore. I think mostly to keep costs down. But very fine story. Mike Mignola, Lord Baltimore, with Christopher Golden. Very good read. Very good book. Even if you're more of a fan of the graphic novels, trust me on this, you would like this book. So that's the third book. There's another uh, Avengers. Again, this is Avengers Visionaries. Again, George Perez from the House of Ideas. And which, uh, I'm not sure. This has stories Bride of Ultron, Beware the Ant-Man, Spectrums of Deceit, Interlude, Assault on a Mind Cage. And, honestly, I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm kind of blanking out here whether this is a continuous story, which I think it is, or if it's a collection of stories. I'm really blanking out at the moment. It's been a long day. But uh, very excellent. Again, fantastic. There's Ultron, who's uh, right there. Is going to be in the, thank God, in the next Avengers movie. It sounds like they're really trying to do a good job. You can see Thor there. And so that book, that's number 4. And also I came across these as my ongoing expedition of going through my comic books and cleaning them out. I'm another comic book legend that I love a lot is Wally Wood, as I'm sure a lot of you are fans. This is issue 1 and 2 of Wally Wood's Thunder Agents. And this has been so long since I've read these. I don't recall if Wood does the artwork in these books. If he did the artwork, I don't think he did, because this says, let me see, Dan Thomas was the writer, George Paris and Dave Cockrum were the artists, and so I think this was based on characters he created. I could be wrong. Somebody out there, more versed in this, Tom Hippie's Collectibles, if you know, or Howler Mouse, you can clue us in on these. It's been years since I've read these, so. So we've got the first 2 issues, 1 and 2, Wally Wood's Thunder Agents, and we've got Lord Baltimore. No, we've got the BPRD Plague of Frogs, which is a fantastic big book, which I'll tape up for you. We've got the Lord Baltimore Mike Mignola book. I hope you're a Mignola fan. Okay, I'm giving all of this away. And we've got the 2 George Perez Avengers books. So I think that's pretty decent. I hope that most people like those and will participate in the contest. And what is the contest? What am I asking you to do? Okay, what I think would be fun, I always like to sort of pick people's brains to see what they think about certain things, especially like the big questions. And what I would love to hear from you guys is if you would do a video, and if you would think about what, in your opinion, is the greatest comic book ever done, that was just all around perfection, near perfection, that really stands, in your estimate, as the greatest comic book ever. May not necessarily be your favorite comic book, but something that you really think, that's as good as it gets. What would it be? And it could be a single issue, or it could be like like a series, maybe a limited series of comics. So, by all means, just do a video, talk about what do you think is the greatest comic book ever, and why. That's all it is. And I will do a drawing of all the entries. And as I said, the deadline will be, I believe it's Thursday, October the 23rd, midnight Eastern time. And I'll just put the names in the hat and do a video the next day on Friday, 2 weeks from today, and pick a name. I wish all of you good luck, and um, hope mainly I'm hoping that we have some fun with the contest. And also, I'm doing another contest. I'll provide a link on my Facebook movie page, Movie Magic Mesmerize Me. I just posted the video a few minutes ago, and I changed shirts because I don't want to be like Cursive Man and, wear the same shirt in every video. So as soon as I finished that video, I went and I changed shirts. And I did a video about a contest for my movie page uh, to win a signed copy of Anne Rice's novel that comes out in just a few days. Um, have I already? No. Just if you're interested. That's not part of this contest. This is strictly comic books. This is a separate contest. You have to be a member of my Facebook movie page, Movie Magic Mesmerize Me. I'll provide the link. Go there, join, and you have to name. I really should watch that video, but you have to name what movie, what book of Anne Rice's would you like to most to see made into a movie, and who would direct and who would star if you were the Uber producer and were able to make it happen? Signed copy of Anne Rice's Wolves of Midwinter. Fantastic book. Trust me on this. I know my books. Fantastic. So that's it. Uh, Deadline October the 23rd, Thursday, midnight Eastern time. Talk about what is the greatest comic book ever, and why do you think that, what was it that made such a vivid impression. I have a response myself, and if I was really one of those clever technical people, this is the part where I would be able to put an image right here of my selection, which would be, to in my estimate, the great um, Fantastic Four storyline, The Coming of Galactus. I remember reading that as a kid and just being, oh my God. And to this day, whenever I see those pages, I had that years ago. I don't know if I still have it or not. My comic book straightening up is an ongoing drama. But I wish I had a copy to show, which would make sense. But The Coming of Galactus, first appearance of Galactus, I think it was in Fantastic Four. I'm not going to name the number because I'll falter. I believe it's 1966 or 67, if I'm not mistaken. And I just think it is the greatest comic book ever done. And if they had any sense, if they do reboot the Fantastic Four in the movies, that would be a fantastic way to really do a movie if they did it right, unlike the two movies that they did. Anyway, this video has gone on much longer than I'd hoped, so I'll finish up here. I wish all of you guys good luck. Thank you again for all the great warm responses to my last video on Loss of Angelique, and it's an ongoing process. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me, and I wish you all luck, and I'm really looking forward to your responses. Thanks a lot.